Okay, I'm going to channel my inner Sophie from Two Broke Girls right now. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Okay, this is Tranquil Stitches. I'm Cheryl, and this is my FlossTube episode number 94. Today is Sunday, May 3rd, 2020, and I've been gone for a while, and here's what I'm going to do. Okay, so many of you have reached out to me to ask if I'm okay and to check on me, and I can't tell you how, I just can't. So, I'm going to tell you where I've been and what's been going on, and I'm going to put a timestamp here. If you're here for the stitching, hey, I get it. I get it. So go to that timestamp, and that's where the stitching will start. But if you are interested at all in where I've been and what's been going on with me, then I'm going to talk to you a little bit and tell you what's been going on. So I'm going to keep it brief. I'm not going to go into try to stay out of rabbit holes. So, but anyway, back in November, okay, first of all, I have suffered from depression for most of my adult life. I was medicated for years and years for it, and I was a high-functioning adult, did everything that I needed to do, raised kids practically by myself, single mom, just did what I needed to do, and I got through. And I lost my job back in 2013, late 2013, early 2014, I can't remember, and I lost my health insurance. So I had to come off my medication because I couldn't afford it. And that was a rough 2 weeks, let me tell you. So then I met my husband, and we reconnected, and we got together, and I haven't really had any problems with it since then, and that was about 6 years ago. So back in November, I started noticing some thoughts creeping in my head, and I didn't pay any attention to them. I just kind of blew it off and you know, went about my business. And then Christmas came, and I really struggled through Christmas, and I blamed it on, you know, being tired and my weight and all this stuff. And then after Christmas, I got really sick, and I took it took weeks to get over that. And first the year came, it was winter, everything was gray, and just, you know, and the thoughts kept, you know, they got more and more often, and they got stronger and stronger. And I told my husband in December that I thought I needed to talk to the doctor, and I did, and she gave me a medication to start. And I took it for a couple days, and I was sleepy. I was so sleepy. So I told my husband, I said, I'm going to wait till after the holidays to start this, because I can't do this right now. I'm barely getting by as it is. So first of the year, I said, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Well, the further and further it got along, and the thoughts were in my head, and you know, I just, and then March came, and market came, and puppies came, and a lot of emotional drama happened in March, and it was kind of a round cross stitch, and that really was the, you know, that was it, and for me. And after I got back from market, you know, I had my market hangover, and it was more than that. And so talked to the doctor again, and got started on the medication, and for weeks it was all I could do to keep awake long enough to do anything, first of all. And then I did not have an appetite for stitching at all. I did not. I couldn't stitch. Every time I thought about it, it just, I couldn't do it. I guess I was associating some emotional baggage with the stitching, and I just couldn't do it. And so I luckily the end of March, Animal Crossing came out, and I'm a big, if you've been with me from the beginning, you know I'm a big Nintendo person. I'm a big Zelda fan, and I've played Animal Crossing. I've played every single one of them since they came out, and it came out, thankfully, and my daughter, who lives, you know, quite a ways away from me, wanted to play too, so we both got the game, and we both played. We are playing the game together, and her boyfriend works nights, so she sleeps until the evening so she can be up and functional, and then they have, you know, kind of their day after he gets home from work, and then she'll go to bed and sleep. So she's on in the evenings. So it was what I needed to escape my thoughts while I was getting this medication in my system, and it really helped because when I was playing Animal Crossing, I wasn't thinking about anything. When I was cross stitching, that's all I was doing, was thinking. And so I gave myself through April, and I said, you know, I'm going to, you know, the medications, I'm leveling out with the sleepiness, and I'm doing better, and Mania's coming up, and I've got all these grand plans for Mania, and I know that will be what the catalyst to get me back into stitching, and sure enough, it has. Thank goodness. So I'm excited about Mania, and I'm participating. I'm full force, and I was going to record a video to kick off Mania. I had, you know, these big, and then the 1st of May is my wedding anniversary. And so I was preoccupied on that day. And then yesterday I had a bad headache all day long. And I stitched, but I couldn't film. And so this morning I said, I'm going to do this today. So here I am. And that's where I've been. And listen, I'm going to tell y'all, I know there are people in this world who have so many more serious issues than I'm dealing with right now. I know my little problems are nothing in the grand scheme of what's going on in the world, and I am not making any excuses. I'm not expecting any sympathy. I don't want you guys, I'm just putting it out there that I'm a firm believer that God gave man the ability and the knowledge to make medications. And I myself have been guilty of going, I don't need a pill. I don't need a pill. I don't need a pill. And I think that he put that knowledge in our heads so that to help us, because our bodies are frail in the first place. We're flawed. We have issues. We have problems. And I think that if a medication can help you, then by all means consider doing it. You know, struggling through something when you can get some help with the chemical imbalances in your body is wise. Get help if you can, because it is a lot more beneficial to get your levels straight so that you can function and be happier. If you're miserable and sitting there, I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to take a pill, well, you're just going to be miserable. And that's my thought process. I don't push that on anybody because everybody's different, everybody thinks different, but that's the way I think about it. And I tried and tried and tried not to have to do that because I knew the side effects and all that, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. The diet's going well. I was trying to diet through all that too. It's going really well. I've lost 10 pounds and very excited about that. And the more I lose, the more I want to lose. So I'm in a really, really good place. You have to be in that place in order to diet. You have to be there. If you're not there, you're not going to make it. You're not going to succeed. And I would try it, and then I try it, and no, and finally I'm in the right headspace, and it's working now, and I'm doing well. So 10 pounds down, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I also, while I was gone, had a FlossTube anniversary. I hit 2 years on FlossTube on April 9th, and on that day, I had every intention of making a video, and I tried, and I tried to get some things together, and just couldn't do it. And so we will celebrate that properly. Give me a little bit of time, but we'll have a celebration about that, because I'm pretty pumped. I hadn't been on FlossTube. I hadn't watched any videos, and my queue was filling up, and I didn't check anything on YouTube. I didn't check my channel. I didn't know how many subscribers I had, and how many of you were waiting for me to come back. And it was just a dark time. So I checked this morning, and wow, you guys, wow. 4,726. So that is amazing. That is amazing. And I'm honored that you want to hang out with me. I really am. So thank you to everyone who reached out. You warmed my heart. You put a smile on my face. I was not sociable at all. I didn't talk to my family. I didn't talk to my friends. I did the bare minimum that I could do. I did the challenges for the group that I run, and that was about the extent of my social contact there. So thank you, and I felt your hugs, and I really appreciate all of you. I do. You all are just wonderful, and I felt bad, for not checking in and letting you know what was going on. But sometimes you just can't, and but I feel better, and I'm on the right track, and I know now what the issue was all these months. So I'm good, and I'm in a good place. So my poor husband, God love his bones, he said, am I doing, is it me? Is it what, and I had to explain to him, because he hadn't had any experience with it. And, God love him. I think I've got him convinced now that it's not him, because he was like, what am I doing? What am I not doing? So, and as far as the puppies, all of them have been rehomed. I did rehome Moxie. He has an 8-acre farm for a new home. He has pigs to wrestle. He's a cattle dog. He's an Australian cattle dog. So that's what healers do. And he is in a happy place. He's got cows and chickens and pigs to wrangle in and make them do what his human wants them to do. He's happy. He's healthy. He's with 2 of his siblings, and the other 4 have good homes. And so everybody's happy and healthy. I still have Mama here, and she, I guess, is going to be permanent here. We got her fixed, and she recovered really well. And she had the cone of shame on her head for 10 days, and she was not happy about that. So but she did really well. So she's good dog. She's a really good dog. She and Penny get along wonderfully, and she's a good guard dog. And so that's where we are on the dog situation. So 13 minutes in, and I will start telling you what I've been doing. Okay. Stitching. I got a little bit of quite a bit of retail therapy. My rest of my market stuff came in, which I want to share with you. And I've got several whips that I worked on, and I want to share those with you. And I just realized, of course, that I don't have that piece of cardboard to put behind everything, because that's what I do. Let me see, this might work. All right, I have a finish. I have finally, late April, finished my March Daily 30 project. So I don't have a Daily 30 this month because of Mania, but I finished my March finally. This is Graceful Flower by Hands On Design. This design was given to us at Cindy's Cross Stitch, her retreat back in October. And it's an exclusive, but Kathy is releasing it this summer. So if you like this chart, it will be available this summer. So here is my finish. I put in well, let me show you where it was the last time you saw it. I'm a little out of practice, so I'll get there. 946 stitches, and that finished it up. And here's my finish. It's on this ratty edged piece of fabric, but it's the perfect fabric for it. I hope you can see it's got some yellow modeling in it. And it's just really pretty. I love the way it turned out. May your day be blessed by the grace of a flower touched by the sun. Isn't that pretty? So, that is my 12th finish for the year, I think. My 12th finish for the year. Okay, whips. Now, I have not been doing any challenges. I haven't been doing daily 30. I did pick up my stitching the end of April, and that's when I started back again stitching, and I got some progress in on a couple of my whips by the end of the month, because I had grand plans of getting so many finishes, you know, so that when I start all my Mania starts that I'll have all these whips laying around, but that did not happen. So I did knock one out. So I've got some whips, and these are pretty, I mean, there's not much left on them. So I think I can, you know, when I can get some time, I think I can knock a few of them out. So the first one is Good Intentions by Kathy Barrett. And I probably should scoot over a little bit so you can see. And here's where it was the last time you saw it. And in this one, 819 stitches. Here's where it is now. This camera's on the wrong side today, out of practice. So there's where it is now. I finished this spool, put this spool, I think, whatever I just showed you, and then went all the way across here on this border. So that's Good Intentions, one of my whips. The second one I worked on is a Darktober start that I had back in October of last year. This is Ghoul Tidings from Plum Street Sampler. Plum Street, what is that? Plum Street Samplers. I see it. Okay. This is where it was last time. And this is from the 2013 Just Cross Stitch Halloween Special Edition. And it's still in the Q-snap, and I'm not going to take it out, but I'll show you a little bit of my progress here. I put in 659 stitches in this one. And I did finish up the leaves on the other side of this motif here. So that's finished, and then I put all of this in. 659 stitches. I love that border. Each of these colors goes alternately in those little spots there in that border, and I just love that. It's just really pretty. And then these little berries hanging down are alternated as well. So that's Ghoul Tidings from Plum Street, and there's two black cats pulling her little cart there, so which is really cool. So, okay. And then the next one was also a Darktober start for me. This is Matilda, and I'll have to put the information in. I don't know why I wrote the Plum Street in, but not the Matilda. It was also in one of the Halloween issues from Just Cross Stitch, and I'll put the year and the designer here. Not Forgotten Farm is the designer. I do know that. Okay, and this is where it was the last time you saw it. I hadn't worked on her since I started her. And in her I put 495 stitches. So there's where she is now. And I'm using Wood Trail for her hat and the shoe. And I really like the contrast in the orange with the brown. I really like that. It's really pretty. She just cracks me up. I adore her. I absolutely adore her. So 495 stitches in her. Now, for March and April, I've combined those months as far as my stitch count. I only got 5,703 stitches. So, yeah, that's going to really hurt my average for the year, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, and then I started Mania on May 1st, on Friday, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my first two starts, and then I'm going to show you the rest of what I have planned. because I've not done a video combining all of my 20 starts. I did the stash dives for all 20, and this will be the video that I show you all of the ones that I plan to start. So, Mania start number 1 on May 1st was Silent Sampler by Rosewood Manor. This is just absolutely beautiful. Now what I plan to do, I was initially planning on doing a new start every other day. But I've since changed that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 500 stitches in each one of my whips. There are a couple exceptions, and I'll explain those when I show them to you. But I'm going to put 500 stitches. If I can get that done in one day, then the next day I'll start the next one. If I can't, then I'll take the next day and then start, because I've got 11 days to play with, because I've got 20 new starts planned. So that's the plan. So I want some progress in these, because I don't want to put 10 stitches in and then put it away and it be 6-8 months before I touch it again. I want to add these to my rotation and get these done. I went into Mania this year with 0 previous projects from Mania. I UFO'd 1 from the last 2 years. I first participated in 18, and I did 16 medium-size projects. And then last year I did 16 ornaments from the Just Cross Stitch ornament issues. So I have completed every one of those except one. I'm going to restart it. It was Lantern Lane. I think Little House Needleworks is it. I'm going to restart it. I wasn't happy. I was trying to do it over one, and it just wasn't working out. So I started this year with no previous Mania stuff. So I need to knock as many of these out as I can by next Mania. So that's the plan. Plus the whips that I've got. So, okay. That being said, I put in 503 stitches in this one before I put it away, and I again don't have that paper, so to put it on the chart. Here's my start. I love that. Those colors, just beautiful. Just beautiful. So that is Silent Sampler by Rosewood Manor. Day 2 was Fractor Bird by Shakespeare's Peddler. This is it's not a kit. It had the flosses, it's got the jute and the spool in it, but it didn't have the fabric, so it's not a full kit. But I love this. I love this. And I am doing this one on it was a mystery piece I had in my stash. It's either 36 or 40 because it's pretty small, so I'm doing it 1/2. And in this one I got 500 stitches even, and the black is very thin. I'm not really sure what black it is that she used in the kit, but it's very, very thin. But I'm happy with it, because you know, a little fabric showing through the stitches on a bird, it just gives it more depth to me. You know, there are certain things that, you know, it just adds to it, I think. And it makes it look more rustic, you know, kind of. But yeah, I'm happy with it. You can't, you know, it's very, if you're like this and up on it, you can tell there's some little the coverage issues, but from back here you can't. Well, I can't see anyway, so maybe you can, but I can't. So that's Fractor Bird, start number 2. Now, start number 3, I started this morning. I've only got about 100 stitches in it, so I'm not going to show you that one until next week. So it's Dickens Village Sampler by Margaret and Margaret. This is a 2002 chart. So that's start number 3. And today's the 3rd, and I started it today. So I've still got days to play with. So I'm just taking it easy and just, you know, whatever happens, happens. So if I get all these started by around the 20, if I've got days left in the month's what I'm trying to say, I'm going to go back to Ghoul Tidings and Matilda and Good Intentions and see if I can't knock one or two of those out. So that's the plan. All right, day 4, and I'm going to lose count here, I'm sure, is Blue to Sheen. This is, I forget, somebody told me what this word means. I'm not really sure. But that's start number 4. And you'll remember these from my video if you did watch that series. Number 5 is Wash Day Again. And I have decided to use green. I'm going to do a real pretty green. Not too variegated because I don't want a bunch of stripes in there, but I'm going to choose a real pretty green to do that. I think I already have. I've kitted up. I didn't get them all kitted, but that's okay because I just wasn't in the mood. But this is the green version is what I'm doing. It's the same chart, just in different colors. So that's Wash Day Again by Canterbury Designs. That's start 5. Start 6 will be Just Nan's Wintry Mix. Now this is one that I probably won't get 500 stitches in because that's a little involved. There's specialty stitches in there. There's satin stitches, and I just don't know if I can get 500 before I move on that one. So we'll see. But I do want a chunk done. So when I'm satisfied with how much I've gotten done, then I'll move on to the next one with a couple of these. This next one, day 7, is also one of those. This is my Stitching Treasures by Jeanette Douglas. And see, there are a bunch of specialty stitches in there. There's a lot of back stitch. So when I'm comfortable with my progress, then I'll move on with that one. I'm not going to try to count 500 stitches. Day 8 is Jeanette Douglas Appalachian Spring. It's a needle roll. Well, it can be a needle roll or you can frame it. I just love those colors and those frogs. Can you even stand it? Look at those frogs. I mean, honestly. Too much, too much. Day 9 is My West Virginia Home by Hands to Work. And I'm excited about this one. So pretty. So that's that one. Day 10, Threadwork Primitives, Land That I Love. I'm excited about all these. I love them all. I forgot what day this is. 10. Day 11 is Strawberry Hill Sampler from Brenda Gervais. And I'm doing this one. So pretty. Day 12 is Chezzy and Me, Friends of the Mill Sampler. This was a market release last year. Says, good friends are hard to find, harder to have, and impossible to forget. Good friends are hard to find, harder to leave, and impossible to forget. Amen. Friends of the Mill. Chezzy and Me. Isn't that pretty? I'm seeing them shaking a little bit. This is day 13, right? Beggar's Fourth from Threadwork Primitives. I have done Beggar's Night, which is the October 31st one. And there are a few more in this series, and I want to do them all. I just love them. Day 14 is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. And this is in memoriam of Leanne. I wanted to incorporate that into my Mania. So I've been wanting to stitch it for quite a while. It's been in my stash for a long time. So that's 14. 15 is Abby Rose, Mind Your Manners. Don't let your mood dictate your manners. And that's probably why I didn't film. Day 16 is 17, 18. Oh, yeah. 16 is Sergey by Plum Street. Love him. Love, love, love him. I don't think he's going to take that long. Letters go pretty quick for me. 17 is Garden of Life by Blackbird Designs. That should stitch up pretty quickly too. Friends are the flowers in the Garden of Life. Day 18, Mary Gary's Sewing Cabin Piece. It's a Quaker. I'll probably pick out a pretty red to do that. I like the idea of having a couple monochromatic projects in there so that, you know, if I don't want to think, I can just... This one is start number 19. This is Scissors and Bobbins by Jardine Privé. That's so cute. Those little houses on those spools and little sheep. Oh, can you even? Too cute. Too cute. Too cute. And the last one that I'll be starting is Love Letter by Full Circle Designs. This one has been in my stash for forever. And it's gorgeous. This is the one you all chose. This is start number 20. And I gave you a choice of 3 charts. And this is the one that won. So this is Love Letter. It comes with the little love letter. I can't see. It's on the wrong side. The little love letter and the beads. And it says, with pen in hand, the full moon beams. I send my heart to light your dreams. And love becomes a love letter. Be still, be still. Okay. So that's the rest of my Mania plans for the next few days. And I'm excited. And I have been catching up on some FlossTube. I've watched my favorites so far. And everybody's got such good plans. Just such exciting stuff. Everybody is really, really hyped up this year about it, and you can feel the excitement. I think we needed this right now. We just needed it, you know. It's a perfect timing, and it is just it's just wonderful, and it really worked to help me. I know that. Okay, last video, ever how long ago that was, I had a drawing, and for something. Where'd it go? Well, I had it right here. Oh, there go the dogs. I'm going to pause you, get them quiet, and then come back with the chart. Right there the entire time. Story of my life. Okay, I had these stitch cards from Lori Holt, and I had asked you to say stitch cards in your comment. And I did the random comment picker, and I will put it right here. The winner is Melody Ritchie. Congratulations, Miss Melody. I have your address, but if you wouldn't mind saving me some time for hunting it, if I just send me a message on Messenger with your address, please. So Melody Ritchie, congratulations. All right, retail therapy. Let me show you what I got. All right, first of all, in February, I participated in the embroidery.com Love to Stitch Challenge. You had to stitch every day in February. And that's back when I was stitching every day. And so I knocked that out. I participated in that, and I got my prize. So Donette and the crew at embroidery.com are just fabulous people. And they had commissioned these little needle minders for us. If we completed it, we got this little scroll frame with Love to Stitch 2020 on it. Is that not the cutest thing? So, got that little needle minder. And she was offering, if you placed an order with her, when she sent your needle minder, you could get free shipping. So I took her up on that offer. And you know, I've, well, you might not know, but I'm starting to finish out my collection of Weeks Dye Works. I had grand plans to get all my flosses organized. That happened? No, none of that happened. It was like I was in this, like I was in this fog or something. So I didn't know what colors I needed. So what I did was I just chose a bunch of green. So those are all Weeks Dye Works. Variegated greens. Beautiful, because green's my favorite color, and I know I needed greens, and I can always use green. So I felt it was safe to go ahead with free shipping and get these babies. So I got 10 skeins of those. So maybe, I got spring cleaning to do too. Y'all started your spring cleaning yet? I got so much spring cleaning. This whole house needs, you know, from the winter, first of all, because, you know, the house is all closed up and stuff. And so that, plus, I didn't do much. I kept the house. Now, I did. I kept the dishes, kept the laundry up, did the floors, you know, and did what the main thing, you know, the refrigerator needs to be cleaned out. The stove needs to be cleaned out. The oven needs to be cleaned. You know, the cabinets need to be wiped down. I mean, that kind of stuff, you know, I wasn't interested in doing, but you know, the daily stuff I kept up and kept done. And, but yeah, it needs a good deep clean. All right. Let me show you what else I got from Miss Rochelle at the Cottage Needle. She had some orders for some things that I picked out at Market sent directly to her. So she had to then forward those to me. So she didn't actually pick these orders up at Market. She had everything shipped to her, which that's smart, you know, kidneys. So I did get my package, and I got a piece of fabric, and I got several charts, and so that was exciting too. You know, opening that box and seeing the cross stitch that I had not paid any attention to for a few weeks, it was like, ooh, you know, maybe I might like this, you know, so that was exciting. So let me show you. Okay. I got Spring is Sprung by Plum Street. And these are mostly all on my Market Pick video. And that little snowman on that vine, like he's fading. It just knocked me out. That's fabulous. Okay, another one from Plum Street was Sweetheart Hill. Fell head over heels for this one. Head over heel. Love. Yeah, come on. Too perfect. Okay, I got Token of Love from Brenda Gervais. Those colors. Yum. Oh. Okay. I did it. Consider the lilies. This is going to happen. This will be a very special start when I get one of my BAPs done, because seeing it in person, I stood there. I mean, I actually thought, I think I drooled. Honestly, I think drool. Ought to be a law, you know. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I hope y'all can't hear my stomach growling. Okay. Bent Creek. I told y'all I was excited about them being there. I picked a couple things out from them. Heart of Hearts. This is like the Candy Corn of Mischief that I did. This is Heart of Hearts. So cute. And it's a kit. It comes with the pearl cotton threads and the big, huge linen. It's like 18 count linen. Smiling Back Jack. It's got a vulture on it. I mean, how can you not? It's got a vulture on it. It's a vulture. Okay. And lastly, all the blackbirds. All the blackbirds. You know, gotta have all the my BFF Diana and I, yeah, gotta have the blackbirds. Okay, she will be the keeper of these. I'm going to send them off to her because she hangs on to these for us. And this is We Live in Hope. And, you know, I could say, my heart can rest. I may have to hold on to one of these till. No, I'm not going to stitch them till next year. When I need one, she just sends it to me. Oh, Joyous Day. Yeah. Sewing Club. 16 projects. I don't know if y'all have seen this book, but it is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There's 3 more. I'm sure there are flip throughs out there. I'm sure there are flip throughs, but just, oh, look at that. Look at that. Ah, my goodness. All right. Oh, let's see. Little Birds. And this is the last one. This was rumored to be there, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, Barb and Alma just nail those houses, don't they? They just nail the houses. Perfect. All right, that's the rest of my market haul. So, moving on to plans. Continue with Mania. Continue stitching. Love it, love it, love it. And the Stitchers ABCs. I had the best of intentions, y'all. I really did. And I thought I could push myself and that would help. And that is the last thing I needed to do, was push myself. So, now that I'm feeling better and now that I'm back into doing what I love to do most in the world, I'm going to be putting some videos together and getting those out for you. So, be on the lookout for those, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. I've enjoyed putting them together, the 3 that I've done so far, and you guys, the feedback's been wonderful. I'm behind on comments. I am behind on your comments. But the first 3 videos, remember, I was going to do a recap video for A, B, and C, and I'm going to do that, and that will mean that I'm going to go back and read all of the comments on all 3 videos and make notes and get everything together for you. So I will be reading your comments, and just know that, you know, that's going to happen. And I appreciate you sharing with me. I appreciate you checking on me. I appreciate you commenting on the videos and you liking and subscribing. And I appreciate the support from this community. I've said it before, it's wonderful. It's heartwarming to know that so many people are thinking about me and sending me virtual hugs and you know, showing concern. And I'm sorry I couldn't give any of that back during that time. I feel bad about that, but you know, it's my reality. And like I said, you know, people have it a lot worse, and I'm not saying that, you know, I'll deal with my issues just like everybody deals with everybody. Every human being has issues of some kind, and mine are, you know, in the grand scheme of life and the grand scheme of things, you know, mine are no more important, and they're no more, you know what I'm trying to say, that they're no more emotional or you know, sympathetic than anybody else's. So please know that I'm getting stronger, and I feel better, and I've gotten the help that I need, and I'm in a good place. So again, thank you for joining me today, and I appreciate you. And I'm going to get to work on some more videos to share with you and put some things out there for you. And until I see you again. Oh, also, my slideshows are coming back. I've already told my husband it's spring. Things are blooming. Things are budding. Everything's green. I hadn't been out of the house in weeks, and we went out on our anniversary, and I was like, everything's green. You know, the last time I was out, everything was still winter, very gray, very dried up, very, you know, dead, and everything's green. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got it, you know. And my neighbor sent over some morels. They went morel hunting. It was morel season, and he made up some morels and sent them over here. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That was a treat. Diet was out the door that day. So blackberry season's coming. It's exciting, and I want to get outside today. It's beautiful out there. It's coming a storm, but it's beautiful. And it's been beautiful. I've got some screens to put in my windows, and I've been lifting the windows and letting the breeze come through. And so everything's just waking up, right? Everything's waking up, including me waking up. So okay, I've rambled enough. I said I wasn't going to rabbit hole, but I did. So anyway, have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Be loved. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.